and welcome to the Celtic Forever podcast. We're here today to preview Celtic versus St Mirren tomorrow night. But before that, I just want to mention the promotion. This is your last chance to win this week's framed Celtic Legends print. All you have to do is in the comments, leave when you think the first goal will be scored. That's the minute and the second. So leave when you think the first goal will be scored. So for example, the 11th minute, 25 seconds. That's just an example. So this is your last chance. Entries close tomorrow at 7:30. So get your entries in ASAP and give yourself the best chance to win that framed Celtic Legends print. And I had a wee look at the entries so far, and nobody has guessed in the second half. So get your entries in for the second half. John, how you doing?
I'm all right, Xander. Well, is anybody in the comments going to leave 0-0?
Yeah, because nobody done it the other day, did they?
That's it. See, you don't know what the score's going to be, but you don't listen. Your seconds don't have to be exactly perfect. Anybody listening? 11 minutes 25 seconds is just a guess. If it's 11 minutes 27 seconds, chances are you're going to win. It's to the nearest second, basically.
Yeah. You know, you could say 27 minutes, 30 seconds, and it's the 27th minute, so you'll still win it. It's just in case anybody else says the 27th minute, it gives whoever's the closest, they will then win it. We'll get back into that a wee bit later on, John. Let's get into the tomorrow night's game. You looking forward to it? Get back to winning ways, hopefully?
Hopefully. Always look forward to watching Celtic, of course, but, you know, last two games we've dropped points. Well, Champions League and St Mirren. So it's no often Celtic drop points 3 games in a row. So here's fingers crossed. That's all we can say, innit?
Yeah, I was looking at the last few games against St Mirren. They've all been close. There's not been a 4 or 5-0, no in a wee while anyway. 2-0, 2 each. You know, there's been a lot of quite close games against St Mirren, so I think tomorrow night's going to be the same because they're sitting third in the league. So it's going to be a tough test tomorrow. Let's go through St Mirren's for them then. They beat St Johnstone comfortably 4-0 at the weekend. Obviously, they lost to Rangers the game before that, 3-0. That's the game they got the red card and they got a penalty given against them. That was the game that Stephen Robinson said Rangers done well, Rangers deserved the penalty and his team deserved the red card. So that's what we're up against tomorrow night. The game before that was 1 each against Kilmarnock. The game before that they lost 4-2 to Ross County in the Cup. And then the game before that they beat Hearts 1-0. So they are on form, John. They're in decent form. Apart from that, they lost to Ross County in the Cup.
Aye. St Mirren's always give us a hard game. I don't think it'll be any different Wednesday night. So, look, the thing is, the starting lineup, innit? How are they going to be? Are they going to be fit enough to start the same 11 that started against Hibs? So that's obviously our best 11 right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
Are they going to be in better shape against St Mirren, do you think? An extra day's rest? So that might go for us. I think the game against Hibs away from home was just a wee bit too soon after a very, very tough Champions League game, I think.
Yeah, we've got to take into account we're at home this time. You know, the players often raise their game when they're at home as well. So, what did you make of Stephen Robinson's comments in that game against Rangers, John? Where he said that Rangers deserved the win and St Mirren deserved to get sent down to 10 men. What did you make of the comments?
It sounds like the words of the Rangers manager, doesn't it? It sounds like something the Rangers manager would say after the game. Mm-hmm. So he was obviously happy with the outcome of the game. So if that's, I don't know, you wonder which side of the fence these guys are on. I think you maybe get a wee clue there with him.
Yeah, I just found the comments very strange indeed. You know, even if your team did deserve to get sent down to 10 men and the other team did deserve to win, you'd back your own team, wouldn't you? Anyway, let's move on. They're sitting third in the league, John, St Mirren, so they're really on form, sitting third above Aberdeen and Hearts and Hibs. So they're playing well. They're playing good football. How do you think they'll come at us tomorrow, John?
I think they'll do just that. I think they'll come at us. They're not sitting third in the league because they defend all the time. So they're obviously a team that likes to go in the front foot and attack. We'll wait and see what happens. They're playing against Celtic. Obviously, they're not playing against Ross County or anything. I mean, they played against that other mob, that 3-0 scoreline. That was kind of predictable that was going to happen, if you ask me. I kind of knew it was going to happen, but I never liked that wee guy, to be honest with you, Xander. That wee Robinson guy. I've never. I don't hate the wee guy. I just never that keen on him, you know. Don't know if it's because I can't understand what he's saying half the time. He speaks too fast, or I don't know. Or he talks really fast, doesn't he?
I just found his comments baffling, to say the least, after the Rangers defeat. We're going to Celtic team in a wee minute. I just want to go through the referee for the tomorrow's game, John. This will be a laugh for you. John Beaton. What do you make of the decisions against Hearts and Rangers the other night?
I never seen any of the game, but obviously
neither did I, but everybody's heard about it. Obviously, it's absolutely 2 penalties, 2 goals in the last 4 minutes of injury time to actually win the game. You know, I don't know if any of the penalties were penalties or not. I just heard that they got two penalties. So, and John Beaton was the referee. That was enough for me.
Season ticket holder at Ibrox, of course. So
yeah,
if you want to look into something like that, it is. Look,
so he's a referee for tomorrow night. Beaton's the referee, and Nick Walsh is on VAR.
I don't know. Look, it's up to Celtic, and at the end of the day, Celtic's always had to beat referees. All through Celtic's history, they've had to beat referees. So it's not going to be any different with Beaton. You know? Celtic just need to commit the traps fast and go for the jugular. Like I keep saying, we need to do that every single game. And we need a big response for Celtic after the weekend. We need a big response.
Yeah. A couple of players to look at for the St Mirren team, John Gogic, Ryan Flynn, Conor McMenamin, centre forward Mandarin, who's banging in the goals. So there's a few players to keep your eye on there, obviously. They're not sitting third in the league for nothing. So Brendan Rodgers obviously has done his homework there, I would imagine.
Aye. Look, it's going to be a hard game, and Brendan Rodgers knows it's going to be a tough game. St Mirren are a formed team. Like the last 5 games, they've obviously won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1. It's going to be a tough game. They're not a team that's going to sit back. I think they're going to commit a wee bit. I think they'll have, apart from maybe Motherwell gave us a good game. I wouldn't say Hibs gave us a good game. I just think they're a really poor team.
Yeah.
I think the teams that we've played that's gave us a good game this season, probably Motherwell. Who else has gave us a good game this season?
We've not really gave anybody a tanking, have we? A 3 or 4 or a 5-0 yet. It's all been quite close games that I can remember anyway. Can't remember beating anybody.
4-1 Hearts. 4-1 against Hearts. That was probably
4-1. That's probably our biggest win, aye. That was probably our best win of the season. You know, Rangers was 1-0. Aberdeen was 3-1, wasn't it?
3-1,
so we've not had a 5 or a 6, so I'm not saying that's going to happen Wednesday night, obviously. Hope it does, but you know, I think it'll be quite close. But you never know, Celtic might come out the traps flying and just put them away early. But hopefully that's the case. Right, John, let's go into some of the betting. Let's have a look at some of the betting for the more. I like to do this on the preview podcast. Obviously, everybody's going to put a wee bet on gamble responsibly. I need to mention that. So let's have a look. Celtic 2-9, draw 6-1, and St Mirren 14-1. The bookmakers think Celtic are hot favourites this time, John, don't they?
Aye, it's no surprise, is it? Celtic Park. Celtic are always hot favourites at Celtic Park in the league. Doesn't matter who they're playing. But I quite fancy Celtic. We need a big response. And I'm sure the players will deliver that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think we'll come out of there with a comfortable win tomorrow night. All right, first goal scorer, John. Kyogo, 10-3, 92, Maeda 92. This is the one I don't understand. Matt O'Reilly's 17-2, as you says in the last podcast. He's a top goal scorer. So why is he at 17, sorry, 2 to score the first goal? I think that's strange. And Palmer 17-2 as well.
Aye, well, do you say that O was 92?
O's 92 and then O'Reilly's 17-2. Just doesn't add up, does it?
It doesn't make sense that at all. A guy that can't score a goal, guy that shouldn't be in the team, is more of a favourite than Matt O'Reilly to put a goal away. That's very strange.
I think the big makers must just be looking at he's a forward, he's a striker, so he's got more chance of scoring a goal. It must be that, but he's not even getting a game for the start. But that's the prices anyway. So would you fancy putting your money there, John? First goal scorer, Kyogo 10-3.
Matt O'Reilly.
Matt O'Reilly 17-2. Yeah. Hopefully he's got a wee bit more energy about him tomorrow night, because against Hibs he looked flat out, didn't he? Even early doors he looked quite he looked knackered, to be honest with you. But I'm sure all the boys will be back and ready to go tomorrow night. Correct score, 2-0. You've got 11-2, 3-0, 13-2, 1-0, 15-2, 2-1 to Celtic, 91, and 4-0 to Celtic, 10-1. Where's your money gone on there? I'll get your prediction later. But what do you think? 10-1 for 4-0, John? Does that sound good?
I don't think it's going to be a 4-0 though.
No, there they are.
Yeah. But we don't know, do we? It could be 6-0. Who knows? I'm just going by previous results. I don't think it's going to be a 4-0. My money would be on something a bit closer than that.
All right, before we go through the lineups, then let's get your correct score prediction, John. We'll do it just now while we're on the pricing for the correct score. What's your prediction for the tomorrow night's game?
2-0 Celtic.
2-0 Celtic at 11-2.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close as well. And I'm going to say 3-0.
3-0.
3-0. Yeah, it'll be close and sticky the first half. We'll get a goal before the first half ends, and then we'll put another couple in the second half. So I think it'll be 3-0. Either way, John, 2-0, 3-0, as long as we come out of there, into it, with that victory and the 3 points in the bag.
Well, this is it. Take any kind of win will do me the more. Anything 1-0 will do me. 2-1, whatever. But I'm just going my wee prediction 2-0. I just think it's going to be a lot closer than 4-0. I don't think it's going to be that kind of game. I think St Mirren's form tells you that, you know.
Yeah. All right. Just heard a wee noise in the background. I don't know what that was. So John's saying 2-0, 11-2. I'm saying 3-0, 13-2. Good luck either way. Hopefully we can come out of there, Celtic Park tomorrow night with all 3 points. All right, team prediction time, John. It's getting tougher, isn't it, because of injuries and players looking tired. You know, what's your 1-11 for tomorrow night?
I don't know. Look, before we even talk about that, we'll I don't know if you want to bring it up about Hatate's injury out till after Christmas. I was gutted when I heard that. Absolutely gutted. Our best player, in my opinion. Keep saying it. And to lose him when we really need him for Champions League games, or the amount of games that's coming up, and we've lost our best player. I was gutted with that, Xander. Absolutely gutted.
Totally agree with you. To lose Hatate again, we lost him the first 3 or 4 games of the season. We didn't miss him, we still won every game, but you know, to have that influence gone for that length of time, it's a blow. It's a massive blow to lose him to the new year. These Celtic Rangers games coming up, games in Europe, as you say, nah. Who's the player that's going to come in? That's the question. Who have we got? Turnbull. I don't know.
I wasn't
Arata,
going through. When you say Turnbull there, my head just dropped.
Aye. It's we'll pull through it. We will pull through it. Obviously, we're going to miss it. Hatate, obviously, but we will get through it, John. Brendan's got the players well drilled, and you'll see that tomorrow night. I think as well. You'll see, a performance and a result tomorrow night without Hatate. So I think we'll get through it. But to lose him for that length of time, massive blow, John. Massive. What's your 1 to 11 then, John? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? 1 to 11.
Do I think he's going to make?
Sorry, John. Just to interrupt. Is Johnston? Is he injured for any length of time? Do you heard any news about?
No, he's Johnston? Back.
Is he? Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Sorry, John. On you
go. Joe Hart, Carter Vickers, Liam Scales, Alistair Johnston, of course, because he's back. Greg Taylor, Centre of the Park, the same two. Matt O'Reilly with Callum McGregor, and I'm going to say Bernardo because he's a decent player, Bernardo. I'd like to see Iwata getting a shot, but I think it's going to be Bernardo. And the same up front. Kyogo, Palmer, and will there be a wee change, do you think? Maybe a James Forrest start ahead of Maeda? Maeda was terrible on Sunday. Maybe he needs that wee rest, So there could be a wee change there. There could be maybe a James Forrest comes on there, or maybe Yang.
Well, yeah, look at the players getting tired and needing rested. There is an international break coming up in a couple of weeks, or less than a couple of weeks, I think it is. So most of the players go away in international duty as well, though, didn't they? So they're not going to get much of a rest there either. But no, I don't think he's going to rest anybody. I think it's going to be the exact same team that you said. And Maeda's going to start as well. So it's not going to be a Forrest or a Yang coming in for Maeda. I think it'll just be the exact same team, John. Exact same team you says.
Right, that's what I think. It's going to be exactly the same team that plays. But if there is a wee change, he's not going to rest Maeda. Right? Maeda's had his 3 days rest. He'll be fine tomorrow. He'll be flying tomorrow, Maeda. I hope the whole team's flying tomorrow.
Yeah.
The bench, I don't know. Players that come off the bench is a big worry for me right now. When I've seen players like Turnbull coming on, I remember hearing somebody, can't remember how long ago it was, maybe a year ago or whatever, saying that Turnbull was very similar to Paul McStay on one of these Celtic podcasts. I'm not going to mention what the podcast was. I was thinking, what an absolute clown, even putting that Turnbull's name in the same sentence as a genius like Paul McStay.
I know. It's actually laughable when you hear things like that. Is this because he came on when we were 5-0 up and scored a goal? Is this the comparisons to McStay? Because you scored a goal from outside the box when we were already 4-0 up? That's just a laughable comment to make, John. I think obviously whoever it was that said that, I'll find out who was it said that when we were off air, I feel like. But that's just laughable. Paul McStay, a genius like him.
Xander, I've heard more than just that one guy saying that. I've heard quite a few guys on podcasts thinking Turnbull's on par with Paul McStay.
Yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it?
Where are they getting their information? What is it they're basing this on? Is it his ability to control a midfield? Is that what they're getting it for? Like Paul McStay controlled a midfield? Is it the fact that the boss stuck to his boot when he goes by players? Is it the pace? Is it the ability to strike when you're nothing each and you score important goals? Turnbull, for me, since he came to Celtic, has never looked like Celtic class. I don't care what anybody thinks with me saying that. The guy is not Celtic class. I mean, even when I see him on the bench, I'm like, why is he there?
Do you think he would benefit? Do you think he would benefit for a loan move and then come back a better player?
I'd rather he went on loan and didn't come back.
Aye, you feel that strongly about it, aye?
Feel that strongly about it. He's had these. How long's he been at Celtic? 3 years. there for the COVID season. And to me, he's never proven anything that shows that he deserves a chance playing for Celtic. He just shouldn't be there. Managers must see something in training and say, we'll stick him on the bench. And he was starting games at the start of the season when there was better players there. I just couldn't understand it. He just must be doing something right in training. I don't know. Well, we can move. Look, I don't like singling any players out, but when he came on Sunday, I just thought, that's it. No chance now. Man, for a man down.
Yeah, it's a hard one with Turnbull. He's no done it. You're right. He's absolutely no done it. He's no had I don't think he's had a decent game this season, has he? He's no came on and you've thought to yourself, Turnbull done quite well there. So no, he's not done it. So but who else are we going to put on the bench? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. There's nobody else there. We need to strengthen the bench. That's been our argument for a few weeks now, John. We've got to strengthen that bench, and I think we'll strengthen it in January. But as regards to Turnbull, I think he would benefit from a loan move, John. I think if Brendan sends him out to an Aberdeen, say, Hibs, I don't know, and then he gets more game time, maybe he would improve. That's my viewpoint on it. And then if he comes back, like Scales did, a better player, and gets his chance in the first team.
Nah, just look, I don't think he'd benefit from a loan move and come back to Celtic. I just don't think he's good enough to play for Celtic.
All right, if you agree or disagree with John or myself, leave a comment. Leave a comment what you think about David Turnbull. Should he be at the club? Would he benefit from a loan move and come back? What do you think? Leave your comments.
It's just he's holding. He's holding me. Even when he did come on and scored a goal when we were 3-0 or whatever, scores a goal, maybe quite a nice goal, and his head goes down as if, I'm fed up with this. It's just his whole demeanour. I don't like his attitude or nothing.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. John. All right, we'll leave that there, right? We've went through the 1-11s. We've went through most of the game, actually, tomorrow night. Good luck to Celtic. Anyone, we'll take anyone just now to get this back on winning ways. As John says earlier, what was it? 2 draws in the last 2 games. Atletico Madrid and Hibs, 2 draws, 1 at home, 1 away. So we need to get back on that winning way. So good luck to the team tomorrow night. I'm sure Brendan will have the team firing, coming out, all guns blazing, playing nice, fast, attractive football. That's what we're going to get tomorrow night, John. I'm convinced about it. So the other games tomorrow night, we've got Dundee against Rangers, 3 points for Rangers there. Hearts against Livingston, Motherwell against Aberdeen, St Johnstone against Kilmarnock, and for some reason Hibs and Ross County aren't playing. I don't know. It's not abandoned or anything. I don't know why they're not playing. So that's your fixtures for tomorrow night. Anything that sticks out for you there, John?
That's a weird one. Hibs not playing after. There must have been a prize for the SFA for doing their job against Celtic. Here a rescue.
After getting gubbed off Rangers for nothing, they did that to us. That was unbelievable, wasn't it? It was so predictable at the same time, though.
Aye, of course it was. Aye, very predictable. But like I say, Celtic came out in that second half, didn't they? Where the left half against Atletico Madrid. Finished the game against Atletico Madrid on their knees, basically. And they started against Hibs like that. Mm-hmm. So it was just a continuation of the midweek game for me. So it just didn't look like they were ever going to score.
Yeah, I know. But that game's gone now, John. We move on, and tomorrow night is a big one for us in Forum St Mirren. As I said a couple of minutes ago, we're going to come out the traps flying tomorrow night, and we're going to put them to the sword. I think 3-0. You think 2-0. All right, John. We'll leave the game there. Good luck to the Hoops tomorrow night. I've nothing else to add, John. Any news or reports or anything you want to add, John? You heard anything?
No, I've got nothing to add. I feel bad after giving it to David Turnbull there, but that's just the way it is with me, I'm not going to hide what I feel. I'm just thinking about the bench tomorrow night. And David Turnbull's, he's going to be on the bench. Look, we want every Celtic player to do well. But if a Celtic player isn't good enough, he's not good enough. It's as simple as that. When there's other players in the past that we've no liked, fans don't mind speaking their mind. But when it comes to David Turnbull, because I've heard a lot of people raving about him, comparing him to Paul McStay and all that, I think that couldn't be further from the truth. You know, but there's other players at Celtic, like is another one that I think shouldn't be on the bench.
But we've got to strengthen first before we replace them. You know, you can't get rid of Turnbull and when there's nobody else to come in.
No, we've been hit with injuries again, isn't it? That's the way it is. Thiago Holmes back again, apparently. I didn't even know he was injured, to be honest with you, but apparently he's back, so it'll be good to see him back as well. That gives us a wee bit of strength on the bench, you know.
I think he's a decent player, John. We've not seen him since he got sent off, so I don't know how he managed to get injured since his last game he got sent off, so he must have got injured in training. But it's good to hear that he's back because he's a decent wee midfielder, I think. And I'd rather see Holman there, you know, maybe instead of Bernardo, because he's a decent player. Maybe I don't know. I'm sure Brendan knows exactly what he's going to do, but I'd like to see Holman there at some point, get the boy a chance. He looked decent, really decent against Rangers, didn't he?
I like Holm, aye. I do like him. So we have got some quality players that can be on the bench, like Holm, Iwata, Yang. These are all really decent players. Obviously, Mikey Johnson's back as well. I never rated him his last spell at Celtic. He was very,
we should
very
also have the two big defenders back on the bench, Lagerbielke and I know I said Lagerbielke there. Lagerbielke and who's the other one?
Narowski.
I keep forgetting his name. They boys should be back on the bench as well. I think Narowski's fit again, isn't he?
I think so, I know he was back in training, but whether he's ready to step into the team or not, I don't know. But there is some players coming back, so there is a wee bit of strength on the bench. Mm-hmm. But what we really do need is another striker. We desperately need another striker. O's not good enough to play for Celtic. The sitters and misses right in front of keepers. Oh my God, I do want to go on about him as well, but
I know what you're saying, and most of the Celtic fans know what you're saying as well. To be perfectly honest with you, but you know, with Hatate and Abada, who's your couple of flair players there, out long term. You know, that's why we need to strengthen on the bench. Right, John, I'm happy to wrap it up there if you are.
No, I'm good to go, Xander. I'll speak to you next time, mate. All the best, unless you want to go on about the competition or anything like that.
Yeah. Just before we go, that's your last chance. Tomorrow at 7:30, that's your last chance to get your entries in. What time or what minute and second will the first goal be scored tomorrow night against St Mirren? Just leave it in the comments and you'll win that framed prize. We'll get it sent out to you as soon as possible. The framed Celtic Legends prints, we'll get it sent out to you as soon as possible. There's been quite a bit of interest in the wee promo video I put on, John. There's been a lot of guesses on that, so get your guesses in, give yourself the best chance to win it. That's all I'll say in the matter.
Aye. If you've not got a YouTube account and you're listening, you can find us on Facebook as well. You can put your guess in the comments there. Yeah,
definitely. And just remember to hit like and subscribe as well, just to help out the channel. All right, John, post-match tomorrow night. I'll see you then.
Okay, dokie. I'll speak to you tomorrow, Xander. Hail, mate.
Right, hail, John. Catch you later.